everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Jets going up against the Bills. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. Tonight, we put a bow on Week 15 with a good Monday night matchup between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League. They'll come out in the pistol. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Six yards to go here on second down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding time. And this is going to be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. Now 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Yards on the return that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be a Buffalo 1st down.
And they pick up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
Second down now after the incompletion. On play action, they'll throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Ten yards to go on third. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. 19 yards there on the pickup. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Couple of Jets there in on the stop.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Couple of Jets there in on the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
This will be caught at the 2. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Here we go. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They'll get 17 yards there. And it's first down, New York.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick, and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Play fake. He'll look to throw. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there. It doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leap downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off. Didn't have to knock anyone to the side. Didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on third down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here comes the Jets defense as they ready themselves. And it's the first quarter, but they gave up the score last time. How important is it here not to fall 2 scores behind?
Extremely important, because not only are you trying to avoid being in a big deficit to start this game off, you also want to get into a pattern where that offense has the advantage. You've got to find a way to turn things around. This is the series to begin that.
Yeah, we'll see if they can keep them off the scoreboard here for a second time.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Throwing left side, it's complete. 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And they'll run it here. Bulldozes past him. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And the offense in that middle ground here on third down, 3rd and 5. One receiver right, that's Brown. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He completes it to Bryant. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Surveying the field. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. When we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it's
with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with 3rd down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have made this a 1-score. Game. Now for the point after. And that'll make it 13-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So a little jumpy there defensively. Ref caught him in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He gets it to Brown, complete. And give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long.
While there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit, and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself,
is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got time. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's the Jets punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in a run game. No gain.
Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent. And that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw on film, is a defense that likes to get out fast in terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff, so they decide they take advantage of it and worked on it hard in practice this week.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, and he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Caught. Kelsey, left side. The ball comes out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it.
And it's a fumble. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And now we see Bryant yet to pop up. Still down following that play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Green 39! Green 39!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
If you run an out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll set up to throw. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Here we go now.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And pump the brakes, Larry. Pump. The breaks. We are ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Back out onto the field now. Here comes the Jet defense. They are down on the scoreboard as we begin the second half and looking to avoid a bigger deficit.
And I can just hear the coaches now. I can hear the head coach. Guys, first 5 minutes, first series of the second half, offense or defense, you got to set the tone.
They'll try to set that tone here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
And this one is incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Well, they've clearly made a... conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. 2nd down and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Let's go!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. This one from 48 yards away.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
And the Bills getting set to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Hurry up, here we go!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Now only needed a yard, instead went backwards. They're going to try and throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. First down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
They're going to look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Back to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Caught. Kelsey, left side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Partner, we saw him struggle last week. We're seeing him struggle again this week. We talked about it after last week's game, the type of coverage he was seeing. I think I'm seeing very similar blueprint.
That's what I was going to ask you. How often, when you see this back-to-back weeks, is it a defensive coordinator saying, hey, I'm just going to steal what that guy did?
And that's the best way to go about it. Don't try and become original each and every week. If it's working, use it. Put it into your game plan until they defeat it. And so far, that hasn't happened. Excellent coverage, knocking him off his timing. He can't get into his routes the way he wants to. And so far, the defense is winning.
One receiver right, that's Brown. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? It's always one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
And he slings one that's incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves his sticks.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. So this is the 2nd consecutive week as you look at the numbers that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong hole to try and run through. And his blockers, they seem to be getting him to the right place, but he picked the wrong spot. We're seeing some of that again this week. Can they snap it together? Can they get back in sync? Because normally we see them go together very, very well.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. He'll look to throw, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
Back to throw now on first down. His throw incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
All right, here we go. Green, 3.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the safety, Calvin Pryor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
So still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Green, 39.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Finding time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcel Darius in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that. One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field. It looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And now out come the Bills. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Back to throw again. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And I am not sure part. What the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. And as these numbers show, last week, great game. This week, not the case.
And sometimes it's not just as simple as throwing the football. It's the rhythm of the game, managing it, being in sync with your teammates. Last week, everything was coming together really well. We're not seeing that so far in this one.
No, unfortunately not at all for him. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd gone to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down. Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. And they're definitely showing blitz here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Their big-bodied receiver. His 2nd touchdown on the season. Big play coming now for the Jets as they'll set up to go for 2.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
The Jets defense, we watch them get set to go now. And an important stop in a tight game there last time.
Always important to stop them. We know that. But as you noted, in a tight game, so much more critical to get it done, and that's exactly what they did.
And they'll be trying to do that once more here. We'll see who wins the battle. Will tie the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. A handoff as they run the counter play. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that look.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And New York set to take the field. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Ryan Shazier in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now this is picked up by the Bills.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of it. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Watch left. Start right there. Here we go now.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Got three down. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Fresh set of downs here. That one looks like he'll throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Frank Clark in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
That time, a 9-play drive, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Surveying the field. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Bills, it's a 4th win of the campaign as they get to 4-10 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.